ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरये। नष्टप्रायेषु भद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवति उत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्ठिकी। कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय देवकी नन्दनाय च नन्दगोपकुमाराय गोविन्दाय नमो नमः। ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्ता स्वामिनिति नामिने। नमस्ते सरस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषशून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे। नमो महावदान्याय कृष्णप्रेमप्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्णचैतन्य नाम्ने गौरतिशे नमः। पञ्चतत्त्वात्मकं कृष्णा भक्तरूपस्वरूपकं भक्तावतारं भक्ताक्षं नमामि भक्तशक्तिकम्। हे कृष्ण करुणा सिन्धो दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिकान्ता राधाकान्त नमस्तुते। तप्तकाञ्चन गौराङ्गी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपासिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंदा। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा। Hare Krishna. So I'd like to welcome all of you for this Srimad Bhagavatam session. Today we are discussing Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 6, Chapter 12, verse number 8. 8 or 9? 8, na? 8. Lokaha sapala yasyai swasanti vivasavase द्विजैवसि च बद्धः सकालयः कारणम् लोकाः सपालयस्य मे श्वसन्ति विवसावसे द्विजैवसि च बद्धः सकालयः कारणम् लोकाः सपालयस्य मे श्वसन्ति विवसावसे द्विजैवसि च बद्धाः सकालयः कारणम्. Mataji. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Lokaha, the worlds, sapalaha, be their chief deities or controllers, yasya, of whom, ime, all these, swasanti, live, vivasaha, fully dependent, vase, under the control, dvijaha, birds, eva, like, sicha, by a net, baddhaha, bound, saha, that, kalaha, time factor, yaha, in this, karanam, the cause. Translation: all living beings in all planets of this universe, including the presiding deities of all the planets, are fully under control of the Lord. They work like birds caught in a net, who cannot move independently. Purport. The difference between the Sura and Asura is the Sura know that nothing can happen without the desire of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Whereas the Asura cannot understand the supreme will of the Lord. In this fight, Butrasur is actually the Sura, whereas Indra is the Asura. No one can act independently. Rather, everyone acts under the direction of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Therefore, victory and defeat come according to the results of one's karma. and the judgment is given by the Supreme Lord Karmana Daiva Netrena. Since we act under the control of the Supreme according to our karma, no one is independent from Brahma down to the insignificant ant. Whether we whether we are defeated or victorious, the Supreme Lord is always victorious because everyone acts under his directions. In this chapter, Bhutrasura's glorious death, here Bhutrasura is speaking to Indradev when Indradev thrown his Vajra to Bhutrasura, and that exactly Vajra fell down on the ground. By seeing this situation, Indradev was frustrated, and Indradev was thinking it's not possible to kill Bhutrasura. But Bhutrasura is confident that this Vajra is meant to kill him. Therefore, he is encouraging Indradev by his words for his death. So this is one of the strange situation in this world, that Bhutrasura is encouraging someone to kill himself. So this is one kind of mindset. We know that when Kansu was going to be killed by Lord Krishna from the eighth child of Devaki, when he came to know from Akashvani, he was frustrated till the death, more than 20 years, it's like that. He was in anxiety, in stress. But in case of Bhutrasura, if we see, he is inviting death. He is encouraging his cause of death. So this is one kind of mindset. The Kansa has a mindset, and Bhutrasura has the mindset. The Kansa's mindset is that I can control everything by my will, by my power, by my skill, by my position. This is called illusion. But here, Bhutrasura is ready to be killed by Indradev. He was not fearful of death, because his mindset is everything happens in this world by the will of Krishna. Nothing is happening without the sanction of Krishna. Therefore, no one is independent in this world. He knows it very well. Therefore, he was peaceful. So in this world, someone is in stress and someone is in peace. That depends upon one's mindset. If one's mindset is spiritual, even in death-like situation, he will, he will remain calm and peaceful. But if the mindset is material, in any situation, he will be frustrated and will live a life of stress. Therefore, spiritual mindset is essential to live a spiritual life in the material world. And that is Bhutrasura. At the same time, we can see Dronacharya also. He was giving training to Dhritarashtra that how to kill others expertly. So he knows very well that Dhrishtadyumna was going to kill him in the future. Anytime he may be killed. But Dronacharya was not in frustration, not in stress. He's training the person who is going to kill him. How it is possible? Because of mindset, spiritual mindset, that death cannot be stopped at any cost. The will of God cannot be stopped by any means. This is the understanding conviction that spiritual personalities have. In one word, spiritual life means accepting the will of Krishna and acting according to the will of Krishna. That is spiritual life. If we accept the will, we will remain still, irrespective the external circumstances. This is spiritual consciousness. Here we see Bhutrasur and Dronacharya also. The Prabhupada ji in this purport very nicely explains that no one can act independently in this world. Everyone is dependent by nature. Therefore, the thought that I am independent, or the thought that I want independent, is an illusion conception. The Lord says in Gita, Ishwarah sarvabhutanam hrudesh arjuna tisthati brahmayan sarvabhutani yantra arudhani mayaya. That Lord Krishna is there in everyone's heart, and everyone is acting by the force of Lord Krishna or by the direction of Lord Krishna. It may be by his pleasure potency, or it may be by his pain potency. That is Maya. Maya means Lord's pain potency. And Yoga Maya means Lord's pleasure potency. The one has to work under the pleasure potency or pain potency. There is no option other than this. Therefore, everyone is influenced by Lord's energy in this world. In this purport of this verse, Ishwara Sarvabhutanam, Prabhupada gives the example of a vehicle. The driver may be same, but the speed of his vehicle, speed of his running or riding depends upon the nature of the vehicle. If driver is moving with a scooty, that speed is difference. And the driver is there in a BMW car, that speed is different. Therefore, the speed doesn't depend upon the driver. The driver may be the same, but the speed depends upon the nature of the vehicle. So similarly, in this world, everything is exactly happening by Prakruti, three modes of nature. तो आत्मा का स्वभाव है किसका प्रभाव से जीना है, किसका प्रभाव को आधार बनाकर जीना, ये आत्मा का स्वभाव है. और वो प्रभाव को चॉइस करता है और उसके बाद उसका हृदय में एक प्रकार की भाव उत्पन्न होता है. Therefore, the nature of the soul, स्वभाव is to live under the prabhav of something or someone. And according to that, he gets the experience. Just as in this world, there are three ways of traveling mainly. That is aquatic way, terrestrial way, and air way. and the passenger choose the different way of traveling. According to that way, according to the nature of his way of traveling, he gets experience. If he choose aquatic way, then he will get some different experience. If he choose the terrestrial way, he will get some different experience. If he choose the air way, ethereal way, he will get some different experience. Therefore, this experience, you can say this bhava, depends upon the prabhava, depends upon the shelter he has taken. Therefore, our action and our bhava depends upon three modes of nature. If we have taken shelter of goodness, or we are influenced by goodness, we will get the bhava of goodness. If you are influenced by ignorance, you will get the bhava of ignorance. And if you are influenced by mode of passion, you will get the bhava of mode of passion. Therefore, our consciousness, our thoughts completely depends upon the influence of three modes of nature. Therefore, we are not independent in this world. But there is another prabhava. One prabhava is under three modes of nature, guna prabhava. And there is another prabhava, that is nirguna prabhava. And that is exactly kya hai? Transcendental nature, nature of Krishna. If you stay under this prabhava, we will get transcendental spiritual experience, spiritual bhava. Therefore, our bhava completely depends upon the nature we generally take shelter. Therefore, Lord says in Gita, Mahatmanam stumam partha daivim prakrutim asrita bhajanti ananya manasha gyantva bhutadim abhyam. The Mahatmas, they are exactly under the protection of Devi Prakruti. Therefore, they experience the transcendental pleasure or transcendental bhava. So our experience and understanding is completely depends upon our bhava. It is said that when bhaktis enter into our stomach, that is exactly known as व्रत. इसको हिंदी में बताता हूं. जब भक्ति भूख में मिलता है, उसको व्रत कहा जाता है. जब भक्ति पानी में मिलता है, उसको शरणामृत कहा जाता है. जब भक्ति भोजन में मिलता है, उसको हम प्रसाद कहते हैं. जब भक्ति संगीत में मिलता है, गीत में मिलता है, उसको हम कीर्तन कहते हैं. जब भक्ति वचन में मिलता है, उसको हम प्रवचन कहते हैं. और जब भक्ति आत्मा में मिलता है, उसको हम महात्मा कहते हैं. महात्मा नाम तुम दैवीम प्रकृतिम आश्रिता. तो व्हेन someone stays under the influence, प्रभाव, भक्ति का प्रभाव में रहता है, that personality is known as exactly Mahatma. And out of the prabhav of bhakti, that is Duratma or Rakshas. Therefore, the Rakshas mentality or Duratma mentality and Mahatma mentality depends upon three modes of nature. If you see in this world, everything happens by the power of material nature. Just as we throw a stone in the sky and the stone exactly comes down because of gravity. And we throw this stone, it depends upon the power of gravity also. The stone we throw in this world may go up to 100 meter or 200 meter. The same force is applied in Chandralok, moon planet, then it will go up 8 times more than the Earth. That means if here that is there 100 meter, then 800 meter will go in moon planet. The same person, same energy, but it depends upon completely the nature of the place, gravity. So according to the gravity, the height increase or decrease. Therefore, our action is completely depends upon the three modes of nature. So here if you see that the gravity is there to pull everything down. Similarly, the three modes are there to pull our existence, ego, mind, and intelligence towards material situation, towards material conception. Therefore, Lord says in Bhagavad Gita 18.59, Yad ahankaram asritya navasya iti manyase mithya esha vyavasayate prakritim tvam yokshati. The Lord says to Arjun, Yad ahankaram asritya. If you take shelter of ahankara, na yashyati manyas, and deny to fight, mithyaesha vyavasayate. This is a false conception and false determination. Prakriti tam niyokshati. You will act according to your nature. The Arjuna's nature is Kshatriya, but everyone is influenced by three modes of nature in different points of time. So here Arjuna influenced by the mode of ignorance, which appear as the mode of goodness. But Lord says here, Yad ahankara tasritya. Because you are influenced by mode of ignorance or ahankara, you say that I will not fight. But after some time, you will influence by mode of passion and you will say, I will fight. It may be later or it may be immediately. But if someone is influenced by three modes of nature in different point of time, differently he is influenced, and according to that, he is exactly kya hai? Working. Therefore, no one is independent in this world. The Arjun came with the mode of passion that I will take the revenge. And after coming to the battlefield, he changed his decision because of mode of ignorance. It appears like a goodness out of daya. But at the end, he decides that I will fight. At the end, his decision is influenced by the prabhava of transcendental mode, that is Krishna's power. But in between, his consciousness influenced by ignorance. And before his deny to fight, he was influenced by the mode of passion. So in this way, our thought process always influenced by three modes of nature. Therefore, we are not independent in this world. We are not independent for our birth. We are not independent for our death also. We are not independent for our maintenance, and we are not independent for our growth also. We need food. It is not a independent choice that I want food. It is a forced choice because the Prakriti is forcing us to eat. Therefore, we choose to eat. Therefore, our choice to eat is not independently done, but it is forced by Prakriti. Our choice to drink also is not independently done, but it is forced by Prakriti. Everything in this world is not independently done, but it is influenced by three modes of nature. So now in this now the world is living digital technology. So there is a digital world, and that digital world is programmed by a programmer, and we generally depend upon that digital world for our communication. Similarly, this material world also designed by the IT technology. So there is information technology by human beings, and there is another IT technology, Ishwara technology, IT. This is exactly given by Krishna. And this programmer behind this world is Lord Krishna, as Lord Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, Maya dhikshana prakritihi suyate sacharacharam hetuna anena konteya jagat viparivartate. That this world is working under my direction. Therefore, our bodily need and bodily activities is forced by three modes of nature, by Prakriti. Similarly, our mental needs also forced by the three modes of nature. Our thought, our identification, our way of execution of different things, these are also influenced by three modes of nature. Therefore, we are acting exactly under the compulsion of the three modes of nature. There is impulsion from the nature, and we take decision because of that impulsion, that is known as compulsion. Therefore, Lord says in Gita, nahi kaschit kshanamapi jatu tisthati akarma kurt karyate hi avasya karma prakriti jai gunai. The soul cannot stay inactive for a moment because he has to act according to the force of material nature. Therefore, everyone is under the impulsion of these three modes of nature. So in this way, raining is going on. So this is the impulsion, and because of impulsion, there is a compulsion. We have to take a chhatri. That is compulsion. Therefore, we are not independent. When there is winter, we have to wear sweater. That is compulsion. Therefore, we are not independent. When there is heat, we need exactly cooler. Therefore, we are not independent. Everything is exactly influenced or forced by the material nature. So bodily, if you think about our body, material nature, the action is influenced by three modes of nature, and mind also influenced by three modes of nature. Just as body is there, there is vata, kapha, and pitta. The vata, kapha, and pitta influence the body. Similarly, three modes of nature influence our mind. So according to this three modes of nature, we generally get different types of thoughts. If our food is vegetable or vegetarian, then we will get thoughts of goodness. That means we'll get the influence of goodness. Our consciousness is surcharged with goodness. Similarly, if our food is very spicy and ruksha, tikshna, amla, then we will get thoughts of passionate. We will get passionate thoughts, or our consciousness is surcharged by passion. If our food is non-veg, uchishta, amedhya, then our consciousness will be influenced or surcharged with the mode of ignorance. According to generally, we get different thoughts. Similarly, the form we see attracted, that also generally influence our consciousness. And the sound we hear, the information we take and the literature we read, that also influence our consciousness. Therefore, our consciousness and thought completely depends upon the information, the sound, the food, the smell, and the touch also. Therefore, if you want to change our consciousness, we have to change our lifestyle. At the same time, our consciousness or our thought process depends upon our past impression, past karma, or present activities also. Therefore, it is always uh, always desired by great personalities that one should always engage in good work. Prabhupada, one of the purport in third chapter, he writes, if one fail to engage himself in good work, he automatically engage himself in bad work. Because nahi kaschit kshanamapi. In that purport, he writes, you can't stay without any action. Therefore, always we should choose our food, our information, our association, generally based on Vedic scripture. All the actions here, generally it is like a chemical reaction. Just as there is some itching is there, automatically our hand goes there and rub there. Unconsciously it happens. And the itching happens because of Prakruti, some insects or some virus, some bacteria, or some microorganism. And to respond that Prakruti, our hand automatically goes there to itch. So this is exactly happens like a chemical reaction. Automatically it happens. H2 plus O2, H2O. Or like HCl, all the chemical reactions happens. Natural. Similarly, naturally our hand go there for rubbing. All the actions we are doing, it's like this only. But we think that we are doing it. But exactly, freedom is there when you stop rubbing, when you tolerate the itching sensation. At that time, we apply our independent nature. The point I want to say that any action happening in this world, if it is under the sensual platform, that means we are dependent. It is just a reaction. But if you act against the sensual platform, that is exactly we are applying our free will to control it. At that time we are independent. खुजली हो रहा है और खुजलाने की इच्छा नहीं करते हैं, उसको टलरेट करते हैं, दैट इज इंडिपेंडेंट. अदरवाइज क्या है, वी आर एग्जैक्टली अंडर द मोड ऑफ नेचर. Similarly, there are many desires, khujli in mind, that is known as sensual desires. Many desires because of senses. And because of this, many inventions are there, many activities are there in this world happening. And all these activities happening in this world, it is impulsion of senses and mind. Therefore, we may say that we are independent, but exactly we are not independent, we are dependent, because we act under the impulsion of these three modes of nature. So when you try to control our senses, at that time we generally apply our free will. Because controlling senses is given by the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna, who is eternally free. So when you follow Krishna, who is eternally free, then exactly we are also acting freely. That is exactly transcendental platform. कृष्ण मुक्त है और उस मुक्त पुरुष का अधीन में रहकर जो भी कार्य हम करते हैं, वो कार्य को इंडिपेंडेंट कार्य कहा जाता है, मुक्त एक्टिविटी कहा जाता है. इसीलिए रियल इंडिपेंडेंट मीन्स acting according to the will of Krishna, direct will of Krishna. That is real independent. Otherwise, we are just acting as a chemical. As chemical reactions are going on, similarly our actions are going on. And out of illusion, we are thinking that we are independent. Therefore, when there is knowledge that some itching is going on, if I itch there again and again, and this itching sensation will aggravate and there will be more problem. This is knowledge. By this knowledge, one can tolerate the itching sensation. Similarly, when one can understand that sense enjoyment is the cause of disappointment, if you understand this point, then he will try with determination to control his senses. But this knowledge is required. In different places of world, this knowledge is not there. They think sense gratification is freedom. This knowledge is not there at all. Therefore, the choice is not there at all. Therefore, the choice comes when you come under the influence of transcendental prabhava. Come under the influence of Vedic culture. Then exactly exercise our freedom. Otherwise, that freedom is not there. They think there is freedom, but that is not freedom. In Western world, if you think sense gratification is normal, and they don't have the knowledge of Vedic culture, therefore their relationship, their actions, their society is completely influenced by three modes of nature. And but out of illusion, they are thinking that they are independent. But in reality, this is not there is not at all any choice. But out of illusion, they think like that. But in Bharatavarsha, there is choice for everyone. At least they try to control their senses. Sometimes it is very difficult to control the senses, but the choice is there. Sometimes you choose, and sometimes you are exactly go with the sensual desire. But the choice is there. If you exercise that choice again and again, then one point we can be free from the influence of three modes of nature. Therefore, the society who is living under the umbrella of Vedic culture, they have the choice. Because Vedic culture means will of Krishna, or especially Bhakti culture is the will of Krishna. And when you merge our will with the will of Krishna, that is reality, that is free will. That is the proper use of free will. Otherwise, we are under the influence of three modes of nature. Therefore, by knowledge, one gets the freedom of choice. If there is no knowledge, no Vedic knowledge, there is no freedom of choice. If someone say that I have freedom of choice, that is also illusion. Therefore, Lord says in Gita 5.16, Jnanena tu tadajnanam esham nashitamatpanah teshamadityavat jnanam prakasayanti tatparam. When, however, one is enlightened with the knowledge by which the science is destroyed, then his knowledge reveals everything as the sunlights upon everything, as the sunlights of everything in the daytime. The Lord gives the very nice example of sunlight. So sunlight illuminate everything. Similarly, knowledge illuminate everything. And by this knowledge, one get the freedom of choice. And with following this knowledge with determination, we can control our senses and go against our material, go against our desire of mind. But this determination is not sufficient. This knowledge is not sufficient. By determination and by this knowledge, one can control the senses for some time. Like Hiranyakashipu, if you take this example, he could control his senses for 100 celestial years with his determination. Because he has the knowledge, if I control the senses, I get the benediction from Brahmaji. By this knowledge, with a desire to get something, he controls his senses for a long time. Just as you tolerate the itches, itching sensation. I don't want to rub. That is good. But if you do not apply medicine, how long we can tolerate? We have to tolerate at the same time, we have to apply the medicine, then the disease will be cured. Only tolerance and no medicine, one point of time we have to rub it. Similarly, Hiranyakashipu tolerated his sensual desire for 100 celestial years, but he doesn't take medicine. That is Krishna Bhakti. Therefore, after 100 celestial year, he started rubbing. He started fulfilling his desires. Therefore, we need determination to execute knowledge. At the same time, we need devotion to cure our sensual impulsion, to cure our sensual desires. So both should be go together. The determination to understand the knowledge and practice it, and similarly devotion must be there. Otherwise, very difficult. So in case of Butrasura, if we see his action, what he is saying, it is the prabhava of transcendental nature. It's not the prabhava of goodness, ignorance, or passion. Because of influence of the transcendental nature, he is fearless and he is exactly encouraging Indradev so that Indradev can kill him. So here is Dhritarashtra. Dhritarashtra is also a demon in demoniac body. But his consciousness is transcendental, divine. He has the divine consciousness in a demoniac body. Therefore, his thought process and mindset is different. So Hiranyakashipu tried to protect his life in different way under the material mode of nature. But here Butrasur is fearless and inviting death. And Hiranyakashipu was completely in fearful condition. Therefore, the transcendental, if someone is acting under the transcendental mode of nature, in reality, he is exactly free, or he is a person with full independent. It's like that. So in Mahabharata, last point I will say, that when Kichaka, in one point Kichaka tried to enjoy Draupadi, and he caught Draupadi, but somehow or other Draupadi left that place and went to the Sabha of Virat Maharaj. She was crying. At that time, Kishak comes there and cut hold the hair of Draupadi and threw her. Draupadi fell down on the ground. She got a injury on her forehead and blood is coming down. Virat Maharaj was there and Bhima was there and Yudhishthira Maharaj was there also at that time. By seeing this, Bhima was irritated. Sweat came from his body and he's beating his teeth. He's just trying to kill, he's just getting the desire or agitation to kill Kishaka. But Yudhishthira Maharaj was there, pressed his hand by his thumb. And with the indication, don't try to do anything. And Virat was there, he's completely helpless. And Yudhishthira Maharaj is there. He knows everything, he has the power, but he is exactly kya hai? Tolerating this condition. It's very difficult to tolerate. So here we see the three modes are acting. Virat Maharaj is there in mode of ignorance. Therefore, he is not doing his duty out of attachment or fear for Kishaka. And Bhimsen is there with mode of passion. But here we see Yudhishthira Maharaj, he is there with mode of goodness, which can control the passion and control himself. And he controlling himself because of transcendental nature, transcendental influence of transcendental mode. At that time, generally, he says Draupadi with the indication, there is a verse which indicates that there is only 1 month remaining to complete our vanavas, Agyant vanavas. Therefore, tolerate and take shelter of Kshama. At that time, Yudhishthira Maharaj says, Kshama Satyam Kshama Danam, Kshama Dharma Kshama Tapa, Kshamavatam Ayam Loka Paraloka Kshamavatam. He says, Kshama Satyam. Kshama, forgiveness is truthfulness. Forgiveness is charity. Forgiveness is religion. Forgiveness is austerity. By forgiveness, one can get happiness in this world and one can get happiness in the next world. So this is called transcendental consciousness. In this condition also, when there is complete agitation, but one can control his senses if he is under the influence of transcendental nature. That is Mahatmanamstu Daivim Prakrutim. That Mahatma is under the protection of Daivi Prakruti, and in that protection and in that shelter, he is completely independent. Other than this Daivi Prakruti, if someone is there in material Prakruti, he may think that he is independent, but in reality, he is not independent, he is completely dependent. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Srila Prabhupada ki, Srimad Bhagavatam Mahapurana ki, Hare Krishna. Yes, प्रभु बोलिए. आप बोलेंगे तो
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Parth Sakha Prabhu, for very wonderful, inspiring class, especially about our dependence and independence, modes of nature. My question is, when someone commits a crime, murders, rapes, and he has no knowledge, you said only those who have knowledge, they have the choice whether to do it or not do it. And those who have no knowledge, they have no independence. He's just acting by the modes. But then our law says that he has to be punished.
right.
So how do we see? But same time I heard one who's in the mode of goodness, he would no punishment, wait. Like you said, give the example of Yudhishthira Maharaj, because he was in the mode of goodness. So now person in the mode of goodness will not be able to give proper justice. So my question is, we staying here, when we see such things happening, one sense, that person he has no independence. He's just acting by the modes of nature. He murders or he rapes. So how do we see that? It's not his fault at all.
Okay. The question is that if someone is completely under the three modes of nature, where is the question of choice? If question of choice is not there, why should be there punishment? The modes are acting in this life. Modes are acting because of past life also. If past life you have committed sinful activities, then we take birth in such a area or such a condition where always we stay under the modes of nature. So that is exactly one reaction. Therefore, in this world, the birth is also influenced by karma. And the punishment is influenced by karma. If someone is not in knowledge, so we should understand this is also his reaction. This is also due to the nature of his action in the past life, or it may be in this life also. Therefore, someone is not knowledge. If he is in ignorance, he is getting his reaction just like animals. But Lord is so merciful. He has created this world for liberation, and he sent some liberated personality to travel different places and give them knowledge, give them the sunlight, so that they can realize that what are, what they choose is not exactly right. It's not the choice of independent. Like Prabhupada went there, and he propagated this Vedic culture, Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam. The personalities who has no choice, they are living without choice. And they are thinking that what we are doing, it is freedom. But after getting this knowledge, they could understand that real choice is something different. And by accepting this Vedic knowledge, they choose the culture of Vedic society, and they change their lifestyle also. Therefore, as per my understanding, I can say those who are in ignorance, they are exactly suffering because of their karmic reaction. But when you spread Vedic culture, we are giving knowledge, and by that knowledge, they can develop this choice mentality, proper choice ability, and they choose and they can progress. As you see, that in this world it happened by Prabhupada. Therefore, the very serious activity or the most important activity is to spread Krishna consciousness throughout the world. Preaching should be go on vigorously and with proper organization and proper system. That is essential. Therefore, Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur said to Prabhupada in first meeting that the only problem, only deficiency in this world is Krishna consciousness. Therefore, this spread of knowledge can give them the choice that is there. This is my answer. Okay. Hare Krishna. Thank you very much. Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai.